I hate video games. I think video games suck.
So what is good, Verac? Board
Nothing.
games? Nothing?
Nothing is good. F yourself now.
Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a special guest star in the studio today, and it is Verac _VG. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Verac. Look at him dance. Woo! Verac, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Verac _VG on YouTube.com. I like making videos about video games for money.
Yo. I love video games and I love videos on YouTube as well, so it only makes sense that I enjoyed your videos.
Yeah.
Yes. And Verac, tell me more about your videos. What inspired you to start making videos? And
I get autistically laser focus fixated on things, and I have a need to communicate everything that I've learned. It's really quite as simple as that. I've always just loved talking about the things that give me strong obsession, whether it's love or hate. And I love trying to explain it in a way to people that is entertaining and informative. I've always done that, just with my friends as well. So at some point I thought, you know, this might make for entertaining content on the internet. Maybe there are people online who would like to hear me blab about my interests. And so I just started making videos. And as it turned out, yes, there are some people who like listening to me for whatever reason, which is always very, very flattering. It was very nice.
People like to hear you, Verac, explain about what video games you like or what video games you despise. And
yes, correct. Yes. Verac explaining is my specialty.
Okay. Which of your videos would you say has been your favorite one?
It's hard to pick like a number one favorite, but I remember having a lot of fun making the Payday 3 video. Just from like start to finish, getting the footage itself, playing with friends in this game that was like barely working and so buggy, and it was just like seeing what was happening before our very eyes with the game was fun enough, and then like getting to tell people about it and getting to rant about it. I love yelling. Any excuse to yell and annoy anyone who's connected to us, whether it's my wife who can hear me from the other floor, or sometimes the neighbors. I hope they're not annoyed. But I do love yelling. So any video where I get to yell really is a good video.
All right. I know that you made some videos about positive things and videos about the things you dislike. Let's see. What video would you say you yelled the most in?
Probably the Chimera Squad video, if I had to guess. I don't remember for sure, but I just remember the XCOM Chimera Squad video was a video that I like agonizingly bashed my head against a wall to try to get it done, even when I had lost interest in it. And I remember there just being a lot of like a lot of frustration that I was like, well, if I'm gonna finish this video, I might as well like do it in a way that's entertaining for me. So I'm sure I was loudly bitching the whole time. I don't know why anyone watches my videos. I'm just fucking out here just bitching and complaining. And actually, no, most of my videos I don't think are bitching and complaining. Most of my videos are positive, if I had to guess. I think I've only made like 2 or 3 explicitly negative videos, and otherwise I just have a few criticisms.
Yeah. I think like Dark Tide and the Chimera Squad one. All other ones are positive.
I would say so. Yeah, the Civ 7 video was negative.
Oh yeah,
Civ 7. And then Chimera Squad. But other than that, I think everything else is usually a positive or mostly positive review.
Gosh, and we appreciate you taking the bullet to make the video about Chimera Squad, because like I've heard about there being another XCOM game, and I played XCOM 1, played XCOM 2, never finished it. And I was always wondering, like, oh, there's like another one you play as like specific heroes. That looks interesting. Maybe I'll give it a try someday. I'm glad I didn't try it. I'm glad that you made a video explaining why you should never play this garbage game, because it will, you know, ruin the impression of XCOM. And I'm glad you made that. I'm not gonna touch it, and I will always have XCOM as a happy memory in my brain.
Remi, you're overselling it. XCOM Chimera Squad did not ruin XCOM for me. In fact, the game mechanics of Chimera Squad I kind of find interesting. Having a small-scale XCOM is not necessarily a bad thing. It's the characters and the writing and the premise that completely do not stand up whatsoever in a way that bothers me extremely. Chimera Squad did not ruin the other XCOMs for me. If you like small-scale XCOM, I actually recommend that you do play it, but that you play it with the audio off and you skip every cutscene. Then you'll actually have like an okay time playing Chimera Squad.
Yeah, for me, looking at the story and the writing, I was like, what?
Yeah,
that's the most painful part. I still can't get over that.
I don't even know where to begin with it. Just go watch the video if you want to know more about that stupid game.
But enough of that negativity. Let's talk about positivity and positive videos. You made a lot of those. Oh, he's got the sunglasses. You've made a lot of those videos. What would you say has been what has been your favorite ones, or I had a thought, it escaped me. I think I was gonna ask like games that like you were shut up. The other
Remi,
one was
what the fuck are you talking about?
Like it's I lost it again. Oh, games that you consider making videos about. No, let me restart that. Verac, what about like video games? God,
what about video games? Good question. Verac, what about video games? I hate video games. I think video games suck.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Video games suck ass. What is good, Verac? Board games? Nothing?
Nothing is good. Kill yourself now.
God damn it.
I want you to put a lightning sound, a lightning and thunder, like visual and audio when I say that.
What, when you say kill yourself now?
Now! Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, the question that took me like half a minute to think of was like, was there any games that you considered making videos about but just didn't make the cut? Ones that left a good positive impression that, like, you know, if in a perfect world you had more time, you'd make a video about, but just didn't.
Generally speaking, if I start the process of making a video, 9 times out of 10, I finish it. And with game reviews, that has especially been the case. There are very few video concepts that I've ever dropped, and they've been more of that game dev documentary style rather than game reviews. I I think the only game that I've ever thought about reviewing that I did not actually get around to was one of the very first scripts I ever wrote for anything, which was a game review of the game ChibiRobo for the GameCube. I think I did it out of boredom while I was at a part-time job or something. I was just writing down ideas for like, oh, what if I did game reviews on the internet? And little did I know, many years later I would actually be doing that. But
the first Verac video ever.
Yeah, and on a game that a lot of people probably haven't heard of and would never guess that I would do it on, because on my channel I've never reviewed anything published on a Nintendo console before. So I think my audience probably wouldn't take a ChibiRobo video very well at this point. Maybe on a side channel if I really wanted to. ChibiRobo, and then at that same time period, I believe I also wrote a script for a Darkest Dungeon video, but it wasn't about Darkest Dungeon as a whole. It was about how Leper is the coolest character in the game, and how I love him, and how you should run parties of 4 Leper into the dungeon for extra fun times. Those are the 2 game review idea scripts that never got made, because I made those scripts I don't even know, 8 years before I started actually making YouTube videos. So
okay.
If I wanted to, I'd have to go back and actually probably redo those scripts, because I'm sure they're just ass.
Oh, that's interesting. So not too many concepts that you had ideas for, but then dropped. Okay.
Let me put it this way. I have a lot of ideas for games I want to review, and at least as far as the game review videos go, I typically just do them. I just pick whatever game is super interesting me at the moment, and I make a video on it. And I bash my head against the wall until it's done, even if I lose interest at some point.
Okay.
With the game dev documentaries, those ones I've been a little more okay, this is a huge endeavor. If I want to get it done, I better make sure I pick one that I think is feasible. Whereas the game reviews, I'm I got a list of games that I'm gonna get to at some point, and I'll just pick one that interests me the most, and the rest are just gonna wait for now.
Okay. And yeah, the many docs that you've done, I personally enjoyed those quite a bit. And it's a slight deviation from your normal content. You make the videos about the video games, now you made videos about people in video gaming. Is there any other video concept type that you've had in the back of your brain that you thought maybe this would work for the channel, maybe it wouldn't, that are kind of in the same vein of like that?
Yes, it's what I'm working on right now, which maybe will be out after this video.
Whoa.
This interview. Maybe my video will be out shortly after. We'll see.
Who can edit faster?
You. I'm currently making a video about the game Enter the Gungeon, but instead of being a normal review, I am experimenting and trying to make it more of a challenge video, more of I'm trying to achieve something of increasingly difficult steps in this game, and let's see if I can do it and see how it goes. So I'm trying a little bit of a different structure, just something a little different with review elements mixed in there, and I'm curious to see if people enjoy it. I hope they do.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun, because that way you're kind of making a challenge for yourself, so that way you're not just playing the game to get footage, but you're playing the game with a purpose. I can see that being a lot of fun.
Exactly. I just wanted to try something different. I'll probably do a couple, more normal type reviews after this one, but when you're making videos, it feels good to be able to switch up what you're doing every once in a while to make it more interesting for yourself, so you're more motivated. At least for me, I get bored if I have to do the same format too many times in a row.
No, it makes sense. Gotta switch it up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so you heard it here first, folks. Verac trying new content. Check out his channel right now, and patiently await for the video to release.
That's right. Be on the lookout for an Enter the Gungeon video coming out soon. Woo! Remi, what are your thoughts about gays and minorities?
Gays and minorities.
In that order.
Well, aren't gays technically a minority? Since
they are, but not all minorities are gay, though, huh?
Well, not yet.
Not yet. What does that mean?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know.
Sorry, Verac, you're not part of the Femboy secret society. I can't know about that.
A lot of my audience might think I am. I get plenty. Now, actually, a lot less nowadays, because I feel like more people know more about me now. But especially back when I first started, oh my god, everyone thought I was a fucking cat femboy.
Cat femboy?
I can't listen with the super like chibi anime avatar. I can't blame them. I'm not mad at them about it, but I just sort of, you know, I have to just scoff a little bit and be like, yeah, all right, I guess I earned that with that fucking profile picture.
That is actually very funny. I didn't know about that.
It is what it is. You look in the comment section of I would suppose my older videos, especially. I'm sure if you scroll for a bit, you'll find one.
I guess set the record straight, Verac. Set the record straight.
Whoa.
What are you? What are you? You have a tail.
Fuck.
You have ears. What the hell are you? You want to explain yourself?
I'm a wolf.
He's a wolf, ladies and gentlemen. He's a wolf. What?
And I want to explain something, right? You know how I said Verac was the first name that I thought of, and I just picked it. When it came to what like the persona should be for the channel, or like what the avatar or the profile picture should be, it literally was as simple as my wife and I were talking, and we were like, what should the avatar be? We were thinking at the time that we both might have YouTube channels, and she ended up just sort of helping me with mine. But we were thinking, okay, well, we'll have like, if we're both going to have channels and we'll both have personas, Halloween is our favorite holiday. It always has been. What's super famous Halloween like pairing in like all fantasy stuff is werewolves and vampires. So she picked like a bat type looking character, and mine is a wolf type character. It was literally as simple as that. And from that basic decision of just being a based, epic, red-pilled Halloween enjoyer, I've been called a fucking furry femboy for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that'll happen. As soon as you get some ears and a tail, everyone will count you as a furry.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I just have to flex really fast. My tail is significantly more impressive. Look at the size of this floof. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, bask in jealousy. But yes, I have to tuck the tail away. I put the tail away. I put it away. I put it away. Can't have that thing. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Let go of the microphone.
I'm trying.
Let go of the microphone.
I'm trying. I did.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Verac!
I think. Did that? Yeah, that worked. Okay.
Yay. Okay, we're good.
What are some? I think other. I'm curious as to your impression. Tell me, like, what is your, what was your? Because I think audience members who watch me would be interested in, like. I'm trying to phrase this thought. What was your impression of me before you knew me on a friend level as just like an audience member? Because I think that maybe would help us maybe narrow down some other things that we could question for the average viewer who doesn't necessarily want to hear about just like the broad interest. Like, I want to get in the head of just like the average Verac viewer for a second. Like, what do I come off as besides all the other super cool stuff that we already know?
Well, I watched your videos first. I'm like, man, this guy's funny, and he's also super aggroed. So I was surprised when I saw you pop into my streams when I was making music. I'm like, is that the same Verac from the funny Vermintide video? No way.
Yes.
So then we message each other, we chat, and then we hang out and play some video games. And part of me was worried because you do come across as a little bit aggro in your videos, just a little bit aggro.
A little bit. I do like yelling.
Yeah, so I was, part of me, slightly worried about that, but then we started talking. I'm like, oh, this guy is the most down-to-earth chill guy ever. Oh my god. So to me that was a very nice surprise. I'm like, okay, this guy is super chill, he's awesome.
Well, thank you. I mean, I am still kind of aggro though, like once in a while. I hard cut to the part where I was screaming to kill yourself. Kill yourself now.
Yeah, you know, a little bit aggro here and there, but behind it all, chill dude.
Okay, that actually gave me a good idea. I almost feel like, I don't know if we should put this at the start of the interview or something, but I think I have a lot of viewers that would probably be wondering how the fuck we're even like in the same frame. Like why do you know me and why do I know you? I feel, should we like tell that story or like just say like, oh yeah, we
all right, the finding you in the dream thing?
No, I mean like literally, how did we even connect like on the internet? Because because I have the impression, based on the fact of my Warhammer related game videos, that I have a lot of people in my audience who are like probably willing to tolerate a YouTuber who has like ears and a tail as long as he's funny, but maybe being pink would be like a step too far. So I think I almost feel the need to be like, how did this happen? Like, what? Why am I here?
Yes. Small Remi Verac lore. The way we met each other was me just leaving a comment on the Vermintide video.
I think it was more than one on different videos.
Yes. I know I left specifically 2 on the Vermintide one, because me and my buddies, we started playing Vermintide. I'm like, I need to min-max. I need to be the most god tier elf player on the planet. So I was, of course, you know, looking through a bunch of videos. I saw yours pop up. I'm like, yo, this is funny as hell. The intro went hard, so I'm like, you know, I leave a comment at any point in the video where I'm like, okay, this is kind of sick. So I left a comment about the intro being good. I finished the video, I'm like, damn, that was very good. Oh, very good. So I left another comment on the same video saying something about the video being good.
Thank you.
And then from there, I believe you clicked on my profile, and then I think you saw me while I was streaming and making music using my kalimba and guitar pedals. And you're like, who the hell is this guy?
Yes, correct. If I get a comment that is very nice and I click on their profile and it looks like they are also putting out interesting things onto the internet, I will often go look at that person's profile and be like, oh, what's this about? And I've done that with a lot of people that comment on my videos. And I think when I did that, you happened to be live at that time. So I popped into your stream and I said hi or something.
Yeah.
I guess we then messaged on Twitter to play Lethal Company because that had just come out. And then we bonded over Lethal Company with Ramaran as well and Dez, the four of us.
Yes, that was a very, very fun time. I feel like Lethal Company is like the perfect bonding game. Because being tossed in a scary ass survival horror situation, you very quickly become buddies with everyone around you.
This is true. This is very true.
Yes, and from there we all became good buddies.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the allure on how our friendship was created.
Yes, that's why I'm here with this
gamer word.
I'm sorry. That might have been too far.
Just bleep that out just a little bit. Just a little.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're on live TV. Sorry.
No. You can't be saying that. You're gonna tank our ratings. But cancel us.
I'm sorry. First episode in the pilot, and we're already off the air. Whoa.
Hey, buddy.
Jesus. Don't bore me, okay? You degenerate. I don't want to be... I don't want anything to do with it.
I won't bore you, Verac. That's a promise.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Gentleman's agreement. What
do you want to ask, Remi?
Tell me about Runescape. You like Runescape. Your name is Verac, after all. A character from Runescape, no less.
This is true. I know you've played RuneScape as well, so what do you want to know?
I played RuneScape a billion years ago. And you played it a billion years ago too, but you've continued playing it. For me, I got distracted with like World of Warcraft, and then I stopped playing it, and then I was like, killing boars in World of Warcraft instead of chopping trees in RuneScape. So tell me, what amazing things have I missed in RuneScape? What do you love about RuneScape? Tell me more.
Let's see where to start. Yeah, my name is from a RuneScape boss character. From the Barrows brothers. There's like 6 different bosses, and they all have cool armor and cool names. And I just thought the name sounded cool. And when I was a kid and I saw the armor of the boss character Verac, I was like, wow, it's got good defensive stats, but it's not even really a full plate of armor. It's just like a big fucking shoulder pad, and you gotta be tough as hell to like take a sword to your abs with only a shoulder pad. That must mean you're badass. Like, Verac is the coolest one. I also just thought it was a cool sounding name. But also, every Barrows brother has like a set effect when you wear their armor, and the Verac set effect was that you could hit through people's prayer, which is like the only true defensive, like, beats all option in RuneScape for a lot of situations. So the fact that you could hit through that, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. In reality, is it that useful in a lot of situations? No. but it's conceptually very cool, which blew my mind as a small child. So I guess the coolness got associated with the name to me, maybe.
Okay, that's fair.
What else did you want to know about RuneScape?
Well, after you said that, it made me get a question in my brain. That was one of your options for, naming yourself and your channel. Out of curiosity, was there any other names that you considered when naming your channel?
What are you laughing about?
No, man, I'm just laughing at the little sunglasses.
You looking at my tiny little eyes?
Yeah, your beady little eyes, buddy.
Like beady little eyes that you can barely see against my skin tone. I really should have gotten a black outline on them or something. Did I consider any other names? Was your question, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
No, it was the first one I picked, to be honest. I think a lot of people, I think a mistake I made in the past when I was endeavoring on a project was thinking like, oh, I need to come up with a really good name for this. I need to do all this preparation for how something is gonna sound, how something is gonna look. When in reality, it really doesn't matter. Like, just look at the usernames of a lot of the most like popular creators, and it's just like nonsensical bullshit. Nobody cares how good the name sounds. Really, it's more about the content, right? So when I was picking the name, I had that in mind, and I was like, I'll just pick it just sounds cool. I like RuneScape. Yeah, that works. And then I just started working on my first video.
Beautiful. That's some good advice. Don't wait around. Don't get stuck in the preparation phase, because I've been there. I've done that. It took me like many months to make my first video. So stop over preparing. Stop feeling perfectionist and just do it.
Yes, that's right. Like, I suffered from that when I was a kid, and I would watch YouTubers. I'd be like, I should make my own YouTube videos. And it was just like fucking around in the backyard with some friends, but we spent so long like agonizing about what the name for the channel should be. Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Don't think, just do.
Yeah, exactly.
And another RuneScape question. RuneScape has stood the test of time. It's been around for freaking ever, and there's still a lot of people playing it to this very day. Why do you think that is? Does RuneScape have a secret special sauce, or what is it that you think brings people back into it?
A lot of it is nostalgia, for sure. I think that's the base of the player base, and where the game like got resurrected from was from nostalgia, for sure. But it's also got lots and lots of new incoming players, and I think part of that is the way that it's run. It's the only game that I know of that actually polls its user base for when there's going to be an update, and the update has to like, I forget the exact percentage, if it's like 75% of the player base has to vote yes on something for it to actually go through. So I think a lot of people choose RuneScape as their like MMO of choice, even in the modern day, because they feel like they have a lot more say in the direction of the game. Whereas something like, I'm not as familiar with World of Warcraft in general, right? But if I was going to make an analogy, I know there's like Warcraft Classic, and then there's also Warcraft Classic where they're like moving through the expansions, right? I imagine in an ideal world, you could poll the user base and say, hey, do you guys want to move on from Burning Crusade to Wrath of the Lich King? And you could ask people whether, like, should we keep one server around for Burning Crusade? But instead, Blizzard just does whatever the fuck they want, and they just move it on to fucking Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria and all that bullshit. You can't play classic Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King anymore, just at all, unless you do it on a private server, which Blizzard doesn't like. Old School RuneScape, if they're gonna move on and introduce some, like, big new boss or a big new update, they have to ask their community how they're going to do it and how they're going to implement it, and the community has to say yes. Like, just I think a year ago or something, they implemented the first new skill to modern old school RuneScape, which is going to be sailing. It passed just by a hair. It was in competition with a couple other skills, but that's a major change to the game, and they had to actually get approval from a majority of the people voting to get it through. And I think that's a very like special thing.
Yeah, I can't think of any other game that has like a democratic process around adding new features or making changes. Literally never seen that with any other video game.
Yeah, no, it's basically unheard of. Like the only way that you can like pressure other MMO companies is with your wallet, but the MMOs are quite often designed to be addictive. So how are you going to get a bunch of people who are addicted to vote with their wallet? It's a lot harder. It's not impossible, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to sway the game when you can just go to a little poll station in the game and click yes or no on stuff you want or don't want.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than, you know, game devs just being like, I know what's best for you. I'm going to make all these changes. And then fans being like, wow, I hate this. Goodbye.
Yeah, in many ways, I can't imagine a system like that being implemented in most situations. But the game itself came from a poll asking if people would want to play an old school version of RuneScape again in like, I don't know what it was, 2015 or something. So because it started with kind of a democratic vote, or at least a poll of interest, it continued on with that. And there's something very special about it, you know. And obviously, I like RuneScape for a billion other reasons. It's not just because it has a poll system. In fact, the poll system is cool, but it's not like top 3 for why I like RuneScape. I just mean in the broader like gaming community, I think that's a very like important thing that sticks out about it.
Yes. Other game devs, take notes, please. Listen to your audience and listen to your fans, and if you do that, believe it or not, you might make money.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, let's do a RuneScape meme question. Okay. What is the best skill? Best skill, go. Now putting you on the spot.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna trigger a lot of people with this. My favorite skill is not a skill. My favorite activity, the best thing to do in RuneScape, the best part of RuneScape is questing. The quests are the best part of RuneScape, by far.
Doing missions and quests in this world, in this RPG? What?
Yes. A lot of people will get very mad at me saying that because they have 99 in cooking or they have 99 in fishing or what have you. I got a quest cape, bitch. I've experienced the world. I didn't sit in one place fishing for lobsters the whole time. Listen, there's nothing wrong with getting 99s, right? But for me, the most fun part of RuneScape is exploring the world that's been created through the dialogue, through the characters, through the stories, exploring the world through what has been built into it, which is the quests. To me, the skills are a means to an end of quest requirements. Like, oftentimes a quest will say, well, you can't do this until you have, 50 thieving or something. Or there's like a really powerful boss character in the quest and you need to get your combat stats higher. I much prefer that rather than saying, I want to get 99 in this skill. I'm going to do this for the next 3 months.
Okay. That makes sense. In that case, what is your favorite, most immersive quest in all of RuneScape then?
Oh, fuck.
Dad.
God, there's like 300 of them.
There's like 300 quests total in the whole game?
Yeah, there's a lot of quests, dude. Okay, probably not like 300, but there's definitely like upwards of 100 for sure. I think I'd have to say, I always enjoyed the quests from like a concept story perspective of there's this whole quest line that has to do with discovering the city of the elves, right? And I guess spoiler alert for people who care about RuneScape spoilers. I wouldn't too much, but there's this city called Ardougne, and Ardougne is split into a west and an east side with a big dividing wall in between. And on the west side of Ardougne, it's quarantined because it's believed that there's a disease there that's that needs to be contained within the population, and you've got these people walking around that are trying to contain the disease called mourners, and they're wearing like gas masks and full body outfits. And as you go through the quest, you discover that not only is the disease fake, but that the mourners are all elves, and they're hiding themselves with that outfit so that they can be there amongst the human population that is not actually diseased, but just living in complete squalor. And there's a lot of like cool reveals and intrigue about that I've always found cool. There's probably a lot of other things too, but that was just one of the first things that comes to mind.
Okay, it does sound intriguing. A lot of mystery, a lot of solving things.
Yeah, and a lot of the like free-to-play quests are very like mostly like kid-friendly fairy tale-esque, which I find kind of charming. I think there's something very charming to me about like, you know, you go on a quest to save the city from a demon, and then, you know, like the hardest free-to-play quest is you gotta go kill the dragon named Elvarg. It's just very like old English fantasy in a way that I find very pleasant. And then when you get into the members quests and a lot of the modern day quests, they gotta go fucking crazy because now they're making it for a group of like demographic adults that are playing the game in the modern day, so they have to make it more like complicated. But
how do you step it up from dragon? Like, well, what did they do to top that?
Oh well, they like Dragon Slayer was always like the biggest free-to-play quest, and when you're a kid and you do Dragon Slayer, you're like on top of the world, right? Like you basically feel like you beat the game. I think it was somewhere around 2016-ish, I don't know, they finally released like a Dragon Slayer 2, and there's like a whole different island, and there's like ancient dragons there, and there's lore about where the dragons came from, and there's like a big zombie dragon named Vorkath. It's all very complicated, and I don't remember all the details, but I remember playing it and thinking, wow, if you tried giving this to like an 8-year-old, they would just start crying and shitting their pants. It's too difficult.
There's too much reading.
Not just the reading, but like the combat as well. A lot more complicated. The modern like whenever they're making content today for bosses and things, they usually implement slightly more difficult mechanics that you have to be like aware of for movement and doing things with your prayers and armor and things like that. Whereas back in the day, especially for the free-to-play stuff, a lot of RuneScape in 2002 was like, click the enemy and pray to God that you win.
Yo, that's exactly what I remember doing.
Yeah. Bring enough fish that you can eat your way through, 200 health.
Yeah, you bring your shrimp, you hit a left click on the dude, you start smacking them. You eat the shrimp, you keep attacking. Sometimes you use spells, and then you run out of rune stones, and you don't know how to get more rune stones, and then you can't cast any more spells. It's a whole cycle.
This is true. This is true.
It's one I remember fondly. It's interesting to hear you talk about the more advanced stuff. Like I heard you talk about like the tick rate and all that as like, damn.
Yeah. RuneScape is secretly a rhythm game. It runs on a system called ticks, which go off every at like a specific tempo, basically. So at the high levels, when you're doing bosses, dodging things and hitting at the right time, it very much feels like a rhythm game.
Yeah, I found that comment really intriguing and funny. Dance RuneScape. I literally had that moment. Buddy, I'm stealing your chair.
What?
Yeah, that's what happens when you start moving around, buddy.
I'm in front of you.
Can you please stop it? I would like to be able to not be suffocated. I had that exact moment literally like 2 hours ago of going into a room and forgetting why I was there.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
I completely understand that feeling.
The feeling of, okay, look here, buddy. Get the hell away from my face or I'm going to break the gentleman's agreement.
No! No, don't do it!
It looks like you just flew into the coffee mug. No!
I did.
Get out of there! What are you doing? Hey guys, this is Editing Remi, here to let you know that this is actually our second time recording this. The first time that we tried doing this, the video may have froze, and that's what you're about to see here. So if you hear us talk about similar things, don't worry. We go into more depth and talk about different parts of it. Both me and Verac do not have dementia, so don't worry about that. Just want to let you guys know. One of your favorite childhood games.
Oh boy.
So we're getting nostalgic here, buddy.
I don't know if it's hard to say like a number one favorite, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like number one, just like one of the first thing that comes to mind. Like, yeah, that's a good one.
I got one that came to mind right away. And it's a game called ChibiRobo Plug into Adventure on the GameCube. It's a game that the only reason that anyone knows about that game on the internet is because of a YouTuber named Scott the Woz, who does a bunch of reviews of those games, among other things. I don't watch Scott. I think he makes fine content. I only know about Scott because one time I was like, in fact, okay, here's some deep Verac lore. ChibiRobo was going to be, I think that might have been the first game I ever considered making like a review about.
Oh, wow.
Like many years ago, like in, I don't know, 2016 or something. I made a script for it while I was working a part-time job, I think. And I think I made an intro for it even, like a 30-second intro, but I never made the rest of the video. I shelved the idea of making reviews for another, 7 years? I don't know. But it's a really, really good game that did not get big popularity, but got like decent enough to get a couple like spin-offs. Have you heard of it? Do you know about it at all?
I've never heard of it. Give me a crash course here. What do you do in this video game?
So ChibiRobo is a game where you play as a tiny little robot named ChibiRobo, and you are a commodity in a world where robots have advanced to the point where they are like sold in stores and they can like clean your house for you.
Sick.
And you're just a tiny itty bitty little robot who's literally like 3 inches tall, and you have a tail that is a power plug, and that's how you charge yourself. And it's a very like deceptively slice of life simple game that gets into some like deep family drama as it goes, where you basically just walk around the house and try to make people happy. That's the whole point of the game, is that you are purchased for a family. They have one daughter and it's her, whatever, like 5th birthday or something. And the dad buys her ChibiRobo, that's you. And you try to make everybody happy by like picking up garbage around the house, and like you'll find like tools. Like at one point you find like a toothbrush, and then you can like scrub stuff off of the floor. I've used ChibiRobo music in like every video I've made in the last 2 years.
Really?
And I'll get comments about it pretty frequently. Spoilers, but later in the game there's like you're uncovering like secrets about the family's past, and like the parents almost get divorced, and you have to like help them get back together, and it's a very like wholesome game that I've never seen anything like it, and I've never seen anything since that was like it. It's just very unique game that I hold very dear.
Man, I'm looking at some screenshots of it right now. Look at the little buddy, he's so cute. I'll put a little image of him on the screen here. Look at the little buddy, he's got the little plug. That's a very unique and interesting looking game. This is for the GameCube?
Yeah, ChibiRobo.
I have observulated the robot. A little cute buddy, I have to say. And he said it's like a very unique type of game that you really haven't seen happen very much. And
I've never played another game that was like ChibiRobo, and even if it was similar mechanically, I've never seen I don't know, the game just really touched me in a way where you get to know all of the other like toys in the house. There's like a Toy Story thing that happens for a night and day cycle. And you get really attached to all the people and the toys in the house, and learn all their stories, and like I said, the family drama and trying to keep them together later in the game. It's all very entertaining. There's also aliens that come later, so that's interesting too. I really suggest that people go play ChibiRobo if they get the chance, or go watch a Let's Play of it or something.
Well, I do find that special and rare to, like, you know, find a game that it does something uniquely that other games just don't do. Like for me, one game that comes to mind, Outer Wilds. To me, that game, very, very unique. Have you played it?
I'm trying to remember if I might have, actually.
Not not Outer Worlds, not the game made by Bethesda. That game's mid. Outer Wilds.
No, I have not played this, but I have heard a little bit about it.
Yes, it is a wonderfully unique and interesting game. You want to go in completely blind without seeing anything about it. So if you're looking at screenshots, you stop that right now. But you're like a little buddy. You start on a planet, and there's a whole like simulated solar system. And essentially you're kind of you're not really given any direction. Just go ahead and explore, see what's in the solar system. And there's some crazy ass stuff in the solar system, and kind of organically a major plot thing happens, and you're like, oh damn, how do I not die? So it becomes like a big mystery puzzle game of figuring things out, looking at all the different clues in the different planets. So, well, why are you so small? What are you doing?
Taking a drink, excuse me.
Dang, I hate it when I take a sip of water, I turn microscopic.
Yeah, I tend to travel to the other dimension whenever I take a drink of water.
Understandable. But yeah, I love that game. It's definitely one of my favorites because it just does it so unique. I've not experienced any other game that does anything like it tries to do, and it just executes it so goddamn well. So I highly recommend you check it out.
I have been recommended it before, and I know I should play it. Just so many games, so little time.
Yeah, that's the only problem nowadays. There's so many goddamn games available, and there's always like a billion being released like every single year. And
there are. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest, especially as someone who reviews games. I often feel overwhelmed by how much news there is to try to keep up with, and how many games are coming out.
Yeah, that sounds like it's kind of stressful. It's like, okay, I have so much time to dedicate. I need to figure out, you know, what is a good thing to dedicate that time to.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if I could I don't know if I could manage being one of those channels that's like constantly doing up-to-date game news or whatever. I like my niche of being able to review older games as well. You know, they're not always like super old, but old enough that they're not like immediately old news next week.
Yeah.
They're already in people's memories, and people like seeing them again and going, oh, I remember that game. Yeah, I want to hear about that.
No, I love my old games. I've been streaming Red Alert 2 mods for it for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Such a lovely game.
I will cover new games once in a while too, though. Like I've done like Darkest Dungeon 2, Dark Tide, Civ 7. If there's one that really piques my interest on launch day, I'll try to put something out for it. Yeah,
personally, I've been pretty bad about that. I don't think I've ever really done too many streams of games that like just came out. I'm kind of bad at following trends. I need to improve on that a little bit more.
So am I. Don't worry.
It's a busy sphere to be in.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, next question. We're gonna get a little bit controversial here. According to your videos, you are an enjoyer of Spider Women. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, this has kind of been the well-known fact about you and your channel, but you never taken a hard stance on this. Do you say that Spider Women are in fact the best type of monster girl?
Easily, yeah.
Easily?
Yeah, it's like it's like maybe close second with like a snake type woman, but
okay.
No, Spider Woman is like easily number one though.
Now you say that with such confidence.
Because it's true.
Just get bigger as you say. It's like yes, it is true.
Obviously. Idiot.
I would disagree personally. More of a snake type of guy. Well, calm down, buddy. Calm down.
I was just waiting for an opportunity to use that.
Where's my toggles? Wait a minute. Where's my tail? There it is.
There you go.
I know I tucked that away while we were setting things up.
Oh my god, it's huge.
Whoosh,
very
whoosh,
distracting.
Whoosh. Here, let me tell it to stop. There we go. Got a nice static tail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we finally cleared that up. You know, cleared the controversy around that.
I'm glad that you came out with an incorrect opinion and that I stated facts as usual. Yeah.
Look here, buddy. We'll put that up to about one day. Because
Okay.
I know I'm right.
Yeah. All right.
It's like, what you want like what 8 legs when you can just have one tail? Yeah, right. Get out.
No. Well, okay. Actually, that's worth defining them, because I actually like multiple arms, not legs so much.
Okay, that's fair.
I like the spider monster girls that are like they have like, I guess they usually give them 6 arms because then they still just have 2 legs.
True. That is fair, like a more of a Muffet.
Yeah. I like that design. I don't know why exactly, but it's probably because I watched James and the Giant Peach at a young age, and it just like mentally imprinted in my brain forever.
Yeah, the Spider Girls can give you 6 high fives. No.
Yeah. You haven't seen that movie, have you? I
don't think so. I definitely heard of it, but I don't know if I actually seen it.
It's a 3D animated movie. I forget if it might be stop motion. I don't remember, but you can put footage in here if you want. There's a spider girl in that who's French and has a beret. And I remember seeing that movie on like cable or whatever when I was a kid and being like, wow, that's cool. She's a spider, and she's like talking to the centipede guy, and he's like loud and brash, and I was like, wow, that reminds me of me. I'm loud and obnoxious. What if I had a spider girlfriend?
I'm looking at this now, and I've definitely seen this spider. I think I've seen it on like VHS trailers. And I remember seeing that spider. I'm like, oh god, what is this abomination?
Yeah, yeah. By the way, to be clear, I am not attracted to that spider from a children's movie. I'm saying I saw that when I was a child, and it probably like mentally impaired me. It gave me brain damage.
Is clearing that up.
Yeah, yeah. No interest there as a grown man. No, thank you.
It's hilarious.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's interesting. That's where the seed got planted.
Probably, I'm guessing.
No, that's fair. For me though, snake women, I mean, you can't go wrong. They're big, they're intimidating, they're kind of scary, and also just really big tail. You can't go wrong with a really big tail. And I'm saying that as a completely unbiased opinion.
Yeah. You would say that.
Yeah, I would. Hold on, I'm getting a message from my co-producer here.
Remi, it's time for a commercial break.
All right, it seems like Princess Headpad is letting me know that it's time for our designated commercial break here. So we're
intermission.
We're just gonna put on the commercial. All right, we're just gonna cut to that.
Are you tired of having a bland, poorly decorated home? Your room, so empty, so beige, so tragically plain, like a sandwich without filling. You've tried posters, LED lights, that plant you definitely forgot to water. I suppose. But haven't you ever wished you could make your entire living space more attractive with one easy purchase? Something small, yet life-changing. Something spinning. Introducing Orb Remi, the spinning, dancing, eternally loyal orb PNG of Remi you never knew you desperately needed. But wait, dear, there's more. Orb Remi isn't just decor. Oh no. It's a decoration that actually vibes with your soul. A stress ball for your eyes. A basketball if you're feeling brave. A conversation starter for that one friend who never leaves VC. A hydration accountability partner. Yes, it judges you. A dance partner at 3 a.m. when lo-fi hits different. A lucid dreaming totem. If it's spinning, you're awake. Probably. A social life replacement when you'd rather stay cozy. A constant reminder you deserve something cute in your life. A stand-in pet you won't forget to feed. An aesthetic background buddy for streams and study sessions. A yes, I am this quirky badge of honor. A gentle guardian reminding you it's okay to rest. I suppose. It does quite a lot for a tiny orb, doesn't it? Sometimes all you need is something small to make you smile on heavy days. And I can see you considering it. Don't pretend you're not. Pat, pat, pat. You deserve a little joy, even if it's silly. Even if it's just a tiny Remi spinning while you live your life. And if you think you don't need it, well, you do. Trust me. And the best part? Orby Remi is ready to spin on your screen, your phone, your stream, anywhere you need a sprinkle of cozy chaos. Oh, and I suppose, if you want to fuel your gaming or study sessions, you can get 10% off gamer subs with code Verac or whatever. I suppose. Pat, pat, pat. Now, let's add a little spin to your life, dear. You've earned it.
All right, and we're back.
You didn't tell me what that was, or what was it? Were you visible during that, or what?
You heard all of that, right? Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. There's no video along with it, but just a little commercial for Orb Remi, the spinning PNG that is an orb. Here, I'll send you one for free, Verac. There you go. It's your very own Orb Remi. That's right. With discount code Remi, you can get yours 100% off. Limited time offer for the next 10 seconds.
Wow, what a deal.
I know, right? And also, I guess code Verac as well if you want 10% off on your gamer subs order.
Everyone watching, everyone listening, and in the comments, don't get an Orb Remi. You want gamer subs with code Verac instead.
What? You're undercutting me on my own show?
That's right. This is my TV studio. I have the big chair.
No, I claim dibs. I claim dibs on this dream and this TV studio.
This is supposed to be my dream. How did I end up here? You said you were the one traveling.
Yeah, it is your dream, and I called dibs.
What the fuck? You can't take my dream.
Yeah, I took this room from your dream.
This is mine. This is why I have the big microphone and you have the tiny one.
But you did that. Okay.
What
buddy.
you got for me, Rhett? What's next? What's your next question?
Okay, this one, I'm indulging Dez because I asked Dez if he had any ideas for questions, and he somehow managed to figure out how to ask like the same question in like 3 different ways, and it's all related to the new Pony Girl anime. So,
okay.
I want to get your opinion, Verac. What do you think about I don't even know what it's called. It's like Uma
Musume, I believe.
Uma Musume. What are your opinions on this revolutionary cultural icon that is hitting and sweeping our consciousness by storm?
My opinion is it's very like I feel like I'm in a time warp and I don't know what's going on because when I was teaching in Japan, like what is it, like 5-6 years ago, this game was already like being played over there and being talked about by some of my students. So I assumed, I guess wrongly, that it was also taking place in America at the time. And the fact that it's happening now, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's happening.
I personally feel like I'm in a time warp as well, except like 10 to 12 years ago when My Little Pony was popping off and it was absolutely everywhere and everyone's talking about it. You know, you give it like a decade, ponies will come back to the public consciousness, and it will just be a cycle that will repeat again in 10 years. No?
Yes, I think so. I think that is the way it works. I just looked up Uma Musume. Looks like, yeah, it's a media franchise. A mobile game was scheduled to debut in late 2018, and it was delayed to 2021. Yeah, I was in Japan at that time, and I vaguely remember middle school students saying like, I was teaching middle and elementary school, and some of my middle school classes, I'd be like, you know, what do you like to do? You know, we're practicing basic English phrases. And some of them would be like, oh, I like playing games. And I'd be like, what game? And they'd be like, Uma Musume. And I'd be like, what does that mean? Like, you know, for some games you try to translate them into English and some you don't. I had never heard of that one. So I was like, oh, is that horse daughter, I think? like in Japan, they'll use Musume to just mean like girl sometimes. But I was like, what the fuck is a horse daughter? Why? What do you play?
What game do you like? I like horse daughter.
Yeah, it was very odd, but I caught on after I Googled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have very little interest in gacha games, so I have no interest in the new craze, unfortunately. Sorry to all the Uma Musume fans out there, but I already saw this shit like 6 years ago. Or I guess 4, but either way, you get the point.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same with gacha games. Like, I don't want to play them out of principle. I don't want to get sucked into giving them all of my money for the cute characters, because I know me, I want the cute goddamn characters. So it's probably best for me to just not participate in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. They have inherently addictive mechanics built into them, which is kind of evil when you think about it. But, you know, we don't need to go too far down that road and piss off all the horse daughter fans.
However, I will say I've seen like clip comparisons between the anime and like other animes in different genres, like action anime versus the horse daughter anime. And the animation looks really, really good. Like I want to see the anime at some point because I am very curious. I'm sure it will grip me and I will be like, whoa, this pony is my favorite.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of clips that people have posted to Twitter or whatever, and the clips I saw for animation were very impressive.
It does look very nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to get invested into that.
Fair enough. And going back around to what you said earlier, you said that you were a teacher in Japan. How was that? What was that like?
Kind of gay. Next question.
Pretty gay?
I'm
Okay.
No, I'm fucking around. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was a formative experience. It taught me a lot about how to talk to people, because there's nothing like trying to communicate with a language boundary. You get the I feel like it helps you build an intuition of what people are trying to say and what people are trying to get at, even if they don't have the words for it, which is why I'm able to interpret for you when you're being very stupid in a group chat.
I really appreciate that, by the way.
I don't know why you caught a stray in that. It was just my stream of consciousness. Let me here. You know what? If you want to edit this, you can. Let me attempt to give like a serious answer. I don't know if I can. It was a very formative experience for me, and I'm just saying what I already fucking said. No, it was good. Well, what else do you want to know about it? Ask what? What do you want to know?
What was your favorite part? Tell me right now.
I really liked that I could go to the convenience store and buy pre-made bento lunchboxes and eat them for very cheap. I liked that I could go to the sushi conveyor belt place and get lots and lots of sushi for extremely cheap. You get one plate as 2 giant fucking pieces of sushi on it. It was the equivalent of like $1. It was insane.
Dear God.
And on top of that, I'm trying to, like, as far as the actual job itself, getting it honestly, sometimes teaching feels similar to like being a comedian on a stage. Like you can kind of tell when like something is really landing with the crowd, or whether it's with it, if it's resonating with them, or if you're like completely fucking bombing, right? It feels exactly the same, or what I haven't done stand-up comedy before, but I imagine it's what it feels like. And it was a job of extreme highs and lows. When you make a lesson and you go into class and all the kids are just fucking zonked out of their mind and they don't give a shit, it feels so bad. But when you go into a class and they're like hyped and they're like totally following along with everything you say, it was so fucking fun. It was so cool. Like, middle schoolers were, you know, I mean, you've been in when I imagine most people when they're in middle school, they're like, fuck the world, school is stupid, I'm not going to participate in this because this is lame, and I don't want to get bullied by like raising my hand too often, right? So middle schoolers more often than not would just be like zoned out. But elementary school, I loved teaching the 3rd graders so much because they were at the exact age where they were just excited no matter what it was. I'd be like putting a bunch of stuff on the board. Like I would print out a bunch of flashcards of like fruits. We would like practice the names of fruit for the day or whatever. And I'd be like, repeat after me. Orange! And they'd be all like, orange! And they'd be like freaking out. It was so cool. They'd be coming up to me after class and be like, Verac Sensei, do you play Fortnite? And I'd be like, yeah, lying. And they'd be, because they were just so happy. I just wanted to keep the ball rolling. I'd be like, yeah, I play Fortnite. Oh, what's your username? And they always wanted to play with me. And I'd be like, oh, I would just make up some shit. And because by the time I told them and by the time they went home, they forgot about it anyway. So it didn't matter.
That is so wholesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. You know, when I first started teaching there, they encourage you to eat the school lunch with the kids in the class. So I did that for a good while.
Do that there? Wow.
Yeah. Eventually, I started eating in the staff room because I just needed that like decompression time. But
you need your space.
Yeah, but it was interesting to do for the first. I don't know how long I did it. A few months because actually seeing the school lunch is kind of bizarre because sometimes like once a month they would have a special treat. You'd get a horse burger. And you'd be eating the horse daughter.
Oh no!
And they send her to the sashimi factory. It wasn't every school, but I went to more than one school that would serve horse every once in a while as like a treat.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think the teachers told me they used to serve whale pretty regularly, but they stopped doing that. I had whale at a wedding in Japan once, and I regret to inform you, it's delicious. I didn't feel ethically wrong because I didn't know it would be there. I did not order it. It was just presented in front of me, and I was like, okay, well, whatever, might as well try it.
It's found its way into my mouth, and it just happened to be absolutely delicious.
My hand is picking up the chopsticks on its own. I don't know what's happening, but I wouldn't order it in a restaurant because it'd just feel wrong, I think. But in that situation, I got away with it scot-free, at least in my heart, and it's really fucking good.
That was fate just throwing it to you.
Yeah, it was.
You said that you taught middle school and elementary. Did you also teach high school at any point, or just those two?
No, and I actually didn't even get to pick. I went through a program where you apply. It's like a government program where America and Japan have like a deal worked out between the governments. So I actually technically didn't work for the schools. I worked for the Japanese government. Like my home base was actually City Hall. Like that's where I would go. And when I applied, they have you do the interviews, and then they let you. My memory says that they let me say a few preferences for where I would want to be stationed in Japan. But they don't actually let you pick. They said, okay, you got the job, woo, congratulations. Now here's where you're going to be working, and you either taught high school exclusively, I think, or middle and elementary school. And they said, okay, you're going to teach middle and elementary school. This is your location. Have fun.
All right, nice. Sounds like a interesting system to go through.
Yeah, it was cool. I feel that I got lucky. It was a very nice place to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and as someone who lived in Japan for a good while, for all of those people out there that want to visit Japan, what is your one key piece of advice that you would give to those people?
To like work or live in Japan, or just to visit?
Anyone visiting it, like say for vacation.
If you're visiting Japan, I highly recommend that you go up north and you go see the monkeys that like to take baths in the public pools. And not the pools, they're called onsen. They're like public hot springs. That's what they are. And that's just a really nice tourist thing that I don't know if everybody knows about. But as a general rule, I'd also say just please be on your best behavior. There is nothing cringier in the world to me than when I was in Japan and I would see other foreigners being like really loud and obnoxious on like the bus or in the store or something. You know, I'm very much of the opinion that if you're visiting a country, or especially if you want to go like work and live there, you should make an effort to try to like behave yourself. You know, bonus points if you can learn as much of the language as you can. And you know, people all across the world, if they see that you're trying to respect their culture, even if you're getting the words wrong and you're making mistakes, if they see that you're trying, that really goes a long way. People will be very, very nice to you, especially in Japan, if you exude the energy that you're trying to be respectful. I had so many nice interactions with total strangers who they would help if I needed directions or whatever it was. They were more than happy to help, and I feel like part of that was because I was I was doing my best.
Yeah, respecting the local culture, I feel like is a very big part. Like you said, it's really, really cringe when people go over to a foreign country and they're like, oh, I can be loud and obnoxious because I can and no one's gonna stop me. It's like, yeah, you can, but you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah, no, I always cringed really hard at that.
Yeah. Where's my list of questions here? I have it in the wrong tab again.
You ever heard of a guy named Johnny Somali?
I was just about to bring that ass clown up.
He's like the exact opposite of what I'm talking about, and I think like if you behave like him, especially on purpose, you should just be like dragged out in the street and torn apart by wild dogs.
Nope.
I just there's just no point. Just stop. Like just whatever it takes, just end it.
Yeah, I
don't give a fuck.
I hear that he's currently possibly getting 35 years in Korean prison right now. He's on trial for that.
I hope he rots.
Yes. When I heard that he's getting like 35 years, that made my soul happy. I'm not gonna lie. Because he went to Japan, massive asshat in Japan. He went to the Middle East. He was a massive ass clown there. No one stopped him. I think he may have gotten smacked once or twice. But then he went on to Korea and was like, I'm gonna be an asshat in South Korea. And they weren't having any of that. They don't fuck around.
And I'm glad for that.
I am very glad too. A big shout out to South Korea. Thank you very much for taking care of Johnny Somali. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for South Korea. Next question. Verac.
Yeah.
If, say, you had to fight an animal in 1v1 gladiatorial combat,
Elephant, easily.
what is the strongest animal that you think you can take on and win? And win is the important part at the end there.
We talk about this at City Hall all the time.
What?
Just to pass time. Let's see. I feel like okay, obviously I could take on an elephant, but if I was gonna reduce myself down to like a regular human level of strength, you know, I feel like you probably don't want to go much larger than like a goose or like a large dog of some sort, because once you get into like donkey territory, that thing will just kick you in the head once and kill you.
Yeah, if you approach it like a chump and don't use any tactics.
Oh, your tactics. Tell me about your tactics for killing a donkey.
Well, you see, Verac, I would simply hide in a tree and I would camp there day and night until the donkey passed under the tree, and then I would drop down onto the donkey.
Said until it passed. I thought you were gonna say until it passed out. Like, well, if that's a valid strategy, I could take down anything. I could just wait for it to die.
No. I wait until it passes under the tree, and then I jump down on it, and then I put it in a chokehold and kapah! Dead. No,
bro. I could put like a Yorkshire Terrier in front of you, and I think you would run away.
Okay, I can take on a Yorkshire Terrier.
No, you could not.
What do you mean? Little buddy got nothing on me.
Listen, I think I could reasonably take out like a large dog or maybe a very angry goose. I think I could maybe kill a donkey like in a fight to the death if I went for its eyes and then just like beat it to death while it's blind or something. But I don't know. Is there anything between like a donkey and a horse?
Horses are bigger. Horses are scary.
I know horses are big and scary. That's why I asked what's between them.
Ah, I thought you meant like, what's the difference? What's between them?
No, I mean like size-wise, because I don't think anyone can like reasonably kill a horse with their bare hands. You would just get fucking trampled on. But like, if you like a donkey, like if it's on the smaller side and you like get it from the front, I don't know. Like, I think if you get really lucky, and I am very lucky, you could kill a donkey. But like a horse, that's out of the question. What's bigger than a donkey but smaller than a horse that you could like reasonably kill?
Let me ask Princess Head Patbot. Hold on.
No, oh my god.
What's bigger
fucking
than
clanker.
A donkey?
Shut up, brains.
But smaller than a horse.
Next question. Get the fucking clanker out of here.
No, like the clanker's thinking. Give her a second. She's processing.
A delightful inquiry indeed. The equine creature nestled betwixt a donkey and a horse on the grand scale of size is none other than the beguiling pony. Such a charming and graceful being, deserving of myriad head pats and affectionate embraces. Don't you agree?
Pony? Pony is smaller. Foxy Grandpa.
That's why we don't ask the clanker. Waiting for the clanker to stop talking.
Wake up, buddy.
What?
Hey. The clanker's done talking. Can you fight a pony?
A pony?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Those gay little cartoon horses, I would easily destroy them.
No, man. Those horses are scary. Some of them can fly. Some of them have magic. No.
I have my bare hands and human determination. They don't stand a chance.
I know. You gotta look out for them. I've seen some videos. They're kind of crazy, man. They'll kill you. They'll kill you dead. Gotta look out.
Not me. I'm built different. Maybe you. I could take down a giraffe if you just jump really high and get around its neck. They have their neck bones. They slap each other with their necks and they break their necks and die. If you can, I'm tall enough. I could jump up, get onto a giraffe's neck at the base of it, climb up a little bit, and then just squeeze really fucking hard. Maybe you could break its neck. That's a really tall animal. That counts for a huge. You get a lot of points for that.
I think a giraffe would hit you like they're playing like mini golf. They would just go and you go flying. Look at the size of you. You don't even fill out that chair, buddy.
Yeah, that is much more likely. Yeah. I would win though. I'm built different.
Okay. Duly noted. Let me review. That's a majority of my questions there. Do you consider yourself a VTuber, Mr. Small Model in Chair?
Not in the official sense, but I think I have a much more loose definition of VTuber than some people. I think there's sort of like, at least in my mind, there's two different definitions of VTuber. There's like VTuber in the quote-unquote VTuber community, who is like I would say you fit more neatly into that category, where you do like regular streams and you commission lots of artwork of your model so that you can use them in different ways on social media, and you regularly post to those things. And I don't do that. I not, and for the record, there's nothing wrong with that model. I'm just trying to make definitions here. I consider myself a VTuber in the loose sense, the same way that someone could consider themselves a streamer if they've streamed a fair amount of times. To me, using a VTube model is more of a tool than it is a community for me explicitly.
It's like a medium for the content creation. Yeah, and I follow plenty of VTubers enough that I like the VTuber community, but it's just not the way that I do things. So I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't consider me one officially, but in a I guess in a loose sort of way, I could be one. Yeah, it's kind of like being a what's the word, like a like I had a word, it's gone. I had a thought in my brain, just went away. But instead of being a VTuber, being a content creator that has an avatar, like example, like, you know, Saber Spark, he has an animated little like PNG that, you know, bonks around when he speaks. I wouldn't classify him as a VTuber though. It's kind of like just you know, having a visualized avatar as you.
I think you're getting into an interesting idea there, though, because I think it might be worthwhile to differentiate between just YouTubers who use their real face and YouTubers who don't, but we don't really have a good word for that if they don't use like a VTuber model. But like, you know, VTuber literally just stands for virtual YouTuber, so I know I'm broadening the definition a lot here, but I think there's an idea there.
Yeah, but like you were saying earlier, it's like the word VTuber kind of comes with its own, like the VTuber community, I feel like is kind of its own little box, and then outside of that box you have like content creators that use virtual avatars, and then, you know, outside of that box you have, you know, creators that have their face and their works and stuff.
Yeah.
You enjoy history. You're an enjoyer of historical things. Some of your fans might know that from watching your streams. You mentioned it here and there. Tell me a bit more about that. Why do you enjoy the things that you enjoy, Verac? Explain yourself. Explain your interests.
I mean, I'm just very retarded. I don't know what else to tell you.
Don't worry, I can relate to that at a personal level.
I mean, history is just something that has always fascinated me from a young age. I remember history was usually one of my favorite subjects in school. I don't know. I really like hearing stories about people and places from the past, and imagining what it would be like to be in that scenario, or you know, how the people in that time and place reacted versus how they may react today, if it's similar or completely different. Like one of the, I think I've said this on stream before, but one of the examples I'll go to is I really like the example. You can find a lot of good YouTube videos about this kind of thing, of people's like personal journals from the past, who were living through like crazy circumstances, or were just encountering like things that were crazy for their perspective. Like if I remember correctly, there was one from one of the soldiers who was serving under, I could be wrong, I want to say it was Alexander the Great, and it was, you know, he was conquering his way through east of his origin, and eventually his army encountered elephants, and I love imagining, like, hearing the soldier's journal who's describing what it's like to see an elephant for the first time, and not only to see it, but to understand that you have to try to figure out how to kill it. Like, imagine the first time you ever saw an elephant was not at a zoo, there was no fence in between you and the elephant, and not only that, there is someone riding the elephant who looks very mad and is telling the elephant to kill you.
Yeah, like, no, I'm turning around, I'm running.
What do you do in that situation? Like, I really think most people, understandably, would just shit their pants and run away.
Alexander, like, I have a tummy ache. Can I go home?
Yes. For the viewers who I know you've played Civ, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, yes, you've played Civ, but for the viewers who out there who haven't, in many Civilization games, if you play as India or other Civs that have like an elephant unit, many times that elephant unit's special thing is that it like reduces the combat strength of other enemies around it via intimidation, and like that's why, and you can imagine why, right?
Psychological damage on the battlefield, dear God.
Yeah, I find things like that really interesting. Not to go off on another big tangent, but I've been listening to a podcast on and off recently, all about Napoleon and the age of Napoleon. Starting from like before the French Revolution, and like they didn't actually get to like Napoleon's life until like episode 10.
Damn.
Like all the first episodes are just like setting the stage, and I don't know, I didn't know much about the French Revolution or Napoleon specifically, so one day I was just like, you know what, I want to know more about this. And then I get to autistically info dump about it to people like you and people like people in my family. I subject them to my torture of forcing them to listen to me for hours and hours. And most of them like it, which is kind of weird, but I'm not complaining.
It's funny you say that. I kind of have the same thing with Napoleon. I'm like, man, I keep hearing things about this guy. What is up with that guy? What's up with that dude? So I watched like a 45 minute YouTube video. I'm like, oh, so that's what he was all about. All right, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, you understand everything about Napoleon now. Don't research further. Historians will be like, oh, you need to read books. No, you can watch a 45-minute YouTube video.
I like it because there's visuals.
For the record, that was a joke. You don't understand I know a lot of people are going to be really mad if they hear that. And they don't
and what is the podcast name, out of curiosity?
Let me check. I listened to it on Spotify. I think it's called The Age of Napoleon.
Oh yeah. Concise.
Yes, The Age of Napoleon podcast by Everett Rummage.
All right, nice. I'm mentally categorizing that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I recommend it.
Yeah. I am a big enjoyer of history as well. Growing up, I really didn't care for it too much. I thought it was kind of but I had a friend, he was very into history, and like through osmosis, I started being more interested in it, especially when we played Crusader Kings 2. Oh my goodness. That is still to this day the most amount of hours I have in any game. It's so much fun. It's like, you know, you're a little person and you can start as historical figures throughout the Middle Ages.
I think a lot of people get that through video games, like myself included. Like I remember playing Age of Empires and Age of Mythology when I was very young, and just seeing like, oh, you can play as Egypt or as the Greeks or as the Norse gods.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, they have all these different gods. Like just learning about their culture through their mythology was very interesting to me, even at a young age.
To actually, yeah, now that you mentioned it, I did always enjoy like looking at like history books and seeing those. But all I was ever taught was like American history. And I'm sorry, I know 4th of July just happened. No offense, America. But like America, ancient Egypt. Like, I'm sorry, I'm picking ancient Egypt every time. It's way cooler. They got pyramids. They're in the desert. They got the Nile.
Listen, ancient Egypt is cool, but America has a really interesting history. America is one of the weirdest countries on earth for how it came to be and how it exists, and it has an equally weird backstory.
Yeah, I need to look at some more videos about American history, to be honest. I feel like I've dipped into ancient history of so many different places, but I haven't really flushed out my American history anywhere near as well.
I watched this one channel. I want to make sure I get it right. The name of the channel is Townsend's, and he has like almost 3 million subscribers. He is completely dedicated to videos about the 18th century lifestyle, usually in America, but not always. and or at least the videos I've seen, he was talking about like American pioneers and stuff. And I love his cooking videos. He is so aesthetically pleasing. He's wearing like like a Revolutionary War uniform, and he's out in the woods, and he's like cooking up meat on a fire with a pot. And there's like a tent in the back. Oh, it's so good.
The aesthetic vibes.
It's really good. I recommend Townsend's a lot.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of videos been popping up for me of like, oh, what was it like to live as a samurai in ancient Japan or a Viking in Scandinavia and all these, and there's something about the visuals, the storytelling of like what was that like? What are the vibes? What are they doing day to day? What are they eating? Etc. etc. And just how are the vibes? And then I have a much deeper appreciation for our modern technology and how we live today.
Yes, exactly. I just learned from a Townsend's video the other day that the way that they used to preserve pork was that they would put a bunch of pork in a barrel, and then they would just fill it with a metric shit ton of salt.
Yup.
And for whatever reason, the salt would preserve the pork in the barrel for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. It slurps up all of the moisture, and no moisture equals no decay, theoretically.
Yes. And I remember watching that video and going, man, I'm so glad I have a freezer.
Right? Imagine freezer versus ungodly salted meat.
Yes. I kind of want to try it, though.
You want to try the mega salted meat?
I do. I know I could just salt pork really heavy, but I kind of want to know what it tastes like from the barrel, you know?
I'm sure there's some place where you can try it out. There's got to be some sort of like micro niche like amount of restaurants out there that specifically do like, I don't know, old style things of how things used to be.
This is the weirdest fucking interview in the world. Are people gonna listen to this? We've been talking about like, I was talking about the Japanese school system, and now we're talking about pork in a fucking barrel.
Goddamn right. Is
this even an interview? Is this an interview? What is happening?
This is like an interview, but also like a podcast, but also a discussion. We're just kind of playing like a verbal ping pong here. And it's just a fun time, just people having a conversation.
Okay.
So tell me more about this barrel of meat.
Well, I was told in the video that you can put beef in it too, but it doesn't taste as good. It doesn't stay as well. Only pork. Anyway, I don't want to talk about pork in a barrel anymore. Ask me your next question.
I'm looking at my list right now. Oh, this was I had Princess Headpatbot think up of a question. And she is asking you if you could go back in time and collab with any historical figure for a video, who would it be and why? Yeah. Keeping you on your toes.
For like a YouTube collab?
Yeah, like a YouTube collab.
Usually it's like, oh, who would you want to meet? Okay, we're jumping that and going straight to a YouTube collab.
Yeah,
okay,
you're making a video. You can pick.
I would get Napoleon in my office, and I would have him do a Let's Play of ChibiRobo with me.
I don't know. We just talked about Napoleon. Would you really pick Napoleon, or are you just saying it because you just talked about it?
He's on my mind right now. Yeah, I want to talk to him. He's the interesting, weird guy. I want to know what he thinks about the GameCube and its many titles.
You can have a podcast interview with him as you force him to play the game.
I mean, I took French a little bit in high school, so we'd be able to like have a very, very basic level like barely it almost doesn't count as a conversation.
Yeah, he's hit him with the bonjour.
Yeah, but then I'd be able to point to the screen and be like, huh what do you think about that, huh? And he'd rattle off something in his Corsican tongue.
Chocolat bleu.
Yeah, did you know he actually didn't speak French growing up?
Really? I know that you grew up on like an island off coast of Italy.
Yeah, Corsica, I believe. And so he grew up speaking Italian. He had to go learn French in school.
That's wild.
Yeah, he always got made fun of for his silly accent.
And he was short, allegedly.
Yeah, it's debated. People say he was average height for the time and that it was like British propaganda. Other people say, yeah, fuck it, he was a manlet. I think it's funny to just say that he was a manlet.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me. You ever played the game Tribes Ascend?
I have not.
I used to love that game so much.
What is this video game, Tribes Descent?
Ascend.
Ascend.
It was a multiplayer competitive shooter where you would go really, really, really fast. Like speed and physics were part of the game, where you would try to like slide down hills and use your jetpack in the air and try to maintain your speed. Primarily capture the flag. And one of the best things about the game was that it had an in-game voice system that was so complex. You would go down branches of like different keys to press certain things. And the 3 different weight classes in the game all had different voice actors. The middle one was voiced by the guy who voiced Vegeta. That you could do like global voice commands that the enemies could hear, and one of them was hi or like hello, and the thing that was always funny sorry, don't include this in the interview. I'm just spurging out right now.
Let me search up what you're talking about. What was it called then?
Tribes Ascend.
Tribes Ascend.
They look like they're wearing armor and they like slide down hills and stuff.
Made in 2012. From like you were describing, it really reminded me of the one game Cliff Bleszinski made that failed because it was like Overwatch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What?
I don't know who Cliff Bleszinski is.
You don't know who Cliff Bleszinski is?
No, I don't.
That is surprising. He's like one of the, well, I guess he's not really relevant anymore, but he was a big OG in the industry. He was the guy that like was the lead on Gears of War. Back in the Xbox days, he was like the coolest guy ever. But then like he...
I've seen this guy. I just Googled him. I recognize him. I didn't know his name.
Yep, he's a big face in the industry, or at least he was. Then he made his own game studio. He switched to PC, and then he was just like kind of a dick. He was like, oh yeah, Xbox, yeah, no, I was wrong. PC is the best, PC master race. After like, you know, Xbox made him who he is with Gears of War, he's just like, nah, fuck them. And then he made his own game studio, and he made 2 massive floppers, massive flops.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and like one of the ones he mentioned, it actually seemed like a not too bad of a game. It had a lot of movement mechanics. It felt very like Quake-esque, but with like more parkour. It seemed kind of cool, but it came out like right after Overwatch, and it was like a hero-based shooter, so everyone's like, no.
That's very unfortunate. I just sent you the thing that popped up for me about him. I want you to look at the other names title and read out those names.
Cliffy B, I know that one, and Dude Huge.
Dude Huge.
I've never heard of that.
Anyway, let me just finish the thought I was having about Travis.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got really big and I said, hi. And that's just like embedded in my brain from Tribes Ascend, because the when you were playing the heavy class versus the medium or the light class, the heavy class does not move around much. Their job is to sit their fat ass around the flag and defend it, right?
Classic.
And the really cool thing about being the heavy, though, was that you were literally such a tank that if you stood in the way of the flag and a light class character was moving fast enough, if they rammed into you, they would just die, and you would just stand there. They would be like a bug on your windshield. And the thing to do as a heavy was always if you were like standing on top of the flag and someone killed themselves by ramming themselves into you trying to get the flag, you would say hi over and over. So you'd just be a heavy sitting on the flag and be like, hi. Hi.
I've never seen that mechanic in any other game. Just being able to bug splat yourself.
Fun. It was so good. They ruined the game with pay to win DLC bullshit, and then it died after that.
Hold on, I'm getting spammed with reminders on my phone. Remind me in 3 hours. Remind me in 3 hours. Remind me in 3 hours. Remind me in 3 hours.
Tell Verac how cool he is. Ask Verac why he's so cool.
Verac, why are you so cool?
I was just born that way, baby.
So it's like the ears and a tail. That's like the cool factor, right?
Yeah, and my barely perceptible yellow eyes.
So if that's the gauge for coolness, I guess I am.
You don't have yellow eyes. It ties the whole package together. You don't get it.
That's 1 out of 3 things. You
don't get it, Remi. If you don't get it, I can't help you.
I have a hat too. Well, look at that.
Your hat costed a lot more money than mine.
Yeah, because mine has ear floops. Look at it.
Yeah, you got physics and shit.
And I also have a short.
Yeah, look at you.
Gosh, right. Okay, and I believe that should be it. Verac, thank you for stopping by, for joining me on this wonderful little tangent. And yeah, any closing thoughts or remarks?
It was my pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And be on the lookout for a new Verac video soon, TM, on Enter the Gungeon.
Beautiful. All right, you heard it here. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. All right, maximum. No. God damn it. Everything always gets stuck to the freaking tail.
I'm too powerful.
The vibes are too strong. God damn it! Fuck! It's gonna tell the tail to stop.